oil, so Saudi Arabia is free to violate as many human rights as possible. Israel is given $4 to $6 billion a year by America. In 2016, America gave Israel $38 billion, while Flint, Michigan only costs about $50 million to fix their piping system, and it costs nearly $200 million to bomb Syria. You are not dealing with a country that cares about its own citizens. America doesn't give a damn about its own citizens. Are you kidding me? No. America doesn't care about you nor me. Period. So when I told everyone to get your passports, I wasn't joking. You need to be able to make a move if you need to make a move. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and the Honorable Minister Farrakhan taught us years ago that one of the basic requirements in the Nation of Islam is to have a passport. One of the basic requirements is to have a passport. If you do not have a passport, you shouldn't be talking. Because if something happens, you can't move nowhere. Save up some damn money. Stop spending it on alcohol and cigarettes and drugs and weed all the goddamn time, and find and prepare ways for you and your family to survive in the case of a situation. Because America, by the way, has never received an attack from an outside source. 9/11 was the biggest damn lie ever created to blanket statement an entire religion of people. They have lied from the very beginning. Now, once you decide to step into a level of consciousness like this, then you got to come with it. Do not open your mouth and say that you are for the people, you are for this, if you are not preparing yourself for the escape if you need to. Period. Nearly 200 people are watching this live feed because they know damn well what I'm saying is correct. If you don't have your passport, you shouldn't be talking. If you are not prepped and prepared to survive in your home for the next 2 to 4 months, then you shouldn't be talking. If you yourself cannot get out of your own city, you shouldn't be talking. If you rely on every other group of people other than your own for your protection, for your sustenance, your food, your clothing, your shelter, you are absolutely 100% still a living, growing child who relies on the breast of America. And you are not a rebel, you are not a revolutionary, you are not an activist, nor are you a fighter for the freedom of the people. No, you are not. It is not a joke when we involve ourselves in this business of saving the people. So number one, stop drinking at Starbucks. Here's a little thing you might want to know. A couple of years back, a Starbucks over in Compton, California was busted because they were putting psychotropic drugs in their coffee to keep the people coming back and more addicted. I know that may have hit you just now. Starbucks is definitely genetically modified. Starbucks is definitely owned by one of the Zionist Jews who also formerly owned, I believe, the Supersonics, an NBA team. Know what you're dealing with. I spent money at Starbucks last week because I had to get some business done on the Wi-Fi. I should not have done that. So I will not be patronizing Starbucks in any way. I don't care what it's for anymore. It doesn't matter. But here's my major point. Starbucks is irrelevant. That's the point. Syria is reflective of what's about to come down over here. The two greatest allies to Syria are China and Russia. America has never been touched by an outside source. America has never been touched by a bomb nor an attack. 9/11 was a lie. 9/11 was the lie so that America could go and invade Afghanistan, so that America could go to Iraq and take the over $30 trillion worth of oil beneath the Iraqis' feet. Here's another thing you might want to know about. America is the one who gave Saddam Hussein weapons. Saddam Hussein was good friends with America, with the Bush family. Saddam Hussein received the key to the city of Detroit, I believe it was Detroit. He received the key to the city. Osama bin Laden worked for the United States government. Osama bin Laden was a CIA agent by the name Tim Osman. He was a good friend of the Clinton family and the Bush family. Know what you are dealing with. because this by far is a terrorist attack and we're trying to prevent weapons. Well, in 2014, all of the weapons, the chemical weapons in Syria were taken by the United States government. What the hell are you talking about? See, know what's going on. No, don't think, don't speculate, and don't talk unless you are certain. Because this out here is a big damn joke, but they are playing with the lives of millions of people. Donald Trump ordered a strike on a country full of women and children, which will now put in jeopardy the lives of the over 350 million people within his own country. America has never been touched by an outside source until now. Because if you think that what he did is not going to come back at him, China and Russia invest money in Syria. The last time, I believe it was in 2014 or 2015, the boats, listen to me carefully, the boats that America sent, not boats, some of the naval ships which were going to strike Syria were in the water. And China sent some of her ships next to the U.S. ships, the American ships. And Russia sent some of her ships as well. And China and Russia told America that if you attack Syria, we will attack you. They have been allies for a very long time. But now it's business that they are interfering with. It is foreign relations that they are interfering with. And America doesn't want anyone else to have any type of weapons to protect themselves other than her. Nobody in this damn country, no one in this world, on this planet, should have any type of nuclear weapons, chemical weapons, except for America. What the hell does that sound like to you? The land of the free, the home of the brave, with the most prisoners on the planet, the more sick people on the planet, more rape, more murder occurs here than virtually any other country on the planet, and you have the gall to try to go somewhere else and tell them how to live their life when your educational system is terrible, your health is terrible, your education is terrible. You have no right. This is the land of hypocrisy. So understand, family, very specific facts. What you see that has happened outside of the United States will soon reach the shores of this country. And I'm not saying anything new. America has never been touched, but she has literally bombed too many countries. How many countries do you think America can attack without America finally being attacked herself? I'm trying to... Does anyone believe in the law of karma? The law of you get what you give, you reap what you sow, what goes around comes around? You don't have to believe in God to believe in balance. Universal balance. Very specific, family. All right? Very specific. I just wanted us to all understand that there's far more to this than what meets the eye. So what you are seeing that is happening in other countries will soon come to America. First thing you need to do, get your passport. Number one, get your passport. Number two, fill out your vaccine exemption forms. I know y'all like, why does he keep focusing on this vaccine exemption form? Trust me when I say it's bigger than what you think. Passport, vaccine exemption form, store at least 200 to 300 gallons of water in your house. Spring water, alkaline water, bare minimum distilled water in your home. Learn disaster preparedness. Because if you don't have money to get your whole family up and out of this country, then you need to know how to secure and protect them while you are in the country. Things are about to go down. I'm sorry if you really don't want to believe this, but you don't necessarily have to believe in order to prepare. All right? Passport, water, learn how to survive. And this is why in the nation, this is why we fast. This is why we eat one meal a day. Your brother Rizza, I can last, I don't know, probably at least a good 15, 20 days without eating. If I have to. That's how you have to train. So I'm at the airport on this layover. Go to the Department of Health. For those who would like to get your vaccine exemption form, go to the Department of Health in your city. If not the Department of Health, go to your nurse, go to your doctor, go to a health clinic. They have the exemption forms there. They have the medical, philosophical, and religious. Fill out one or all three, whichever one will be easiest for you to fill out. Fill it out. Very simple. All right. Yes. Solar panels, all of these things. There is a list of disaster preparedness items that you can get. First aid kits, everything. You can get those on, go and Google that information. and you can get all that information. All right? Stock up on food, 1 meal a day, all these different things. Enjoy life, yeah, but you can only enjoy life if you are prepared for the negative things that will affect life. Very simple. And Sister Divine by Nature 1 is one of the sisters in the Nation of Islam. She's in the department, which is the disaster preparedness department. That's the area that she works in. There's a lot of our sisters who train in this area. Do we have to have a good explanation and get the forms? No, you just request the forms. Oh, yes. And by the way, France was involved in this. France was involved. The United Kingdom was involved. But think about this. France is one of the most colonizing countries on the planet. France colonized a lot of the islands. France colonized a lot of the countries in Africa. France is not clean either. The United Kingdom helped to colonize certain countries as well. So since they put their hand in this, they will also reap what they have sown as well. You think Ghana is standing up for no reason? You think Zimbabwe is standing up for no reason? Do you think that South Africa is standing up for no reason? What do you think is happening? The planet is coming back under righteous rule. Period. Walaikum salam, brother from Africa. Walaikum salam. They have to believe in order to prepare. All right? Passport, water, learn how to survive. And this is why in the nation, this is why we fast. This is why we eat 1 meal a day. Your brother Rizza, I can last, I don't know, probably at least a good 15, 20 days without eating. If I have to. That's how you have to train. So I'm at the airport on this layover. Go to the Department of Health. For those who would like to get your vaccine exemption form, go to the Department of Health in your city. If not the Department of Health, go to your nurse, go to your doctor, go to a health clinic. They have the exemption forms there. They have the medical, philosophical, and religious. Fill out one or all three, whichever one will be easiest for you to fill out. Fill it out. Very simple. All right. Yes. Solar panels, all of these things. There is a list of disaster preparedness items that you can get. First aid kits, everything. You can get those on, go and Google that information, and you can get all that information. All right. Stock up on food, 1 meal a day, all these different things. Enjoy life. Yeah. But you can only enjoy life if you are prepared for the negative things that will affect life. Very simple. And Sister Divine by Nature 1 is one of the sisters in the Nation of Islam. She's in the department, which is the disaster preparedness department. That's the area that she works in. There's a lot of our sisters who train in this area. Do we have to have a good explanation and get the forms? No, you just request the forms. Oh, yes. And by the way, France was involved in this. France was involved. The United Kingdom was involved. But think about this. France is one of the most colonizing countries on the planet. France colonized a lot of the islands. France colonized a lot of the countries in Africa. France is not clean either. The United Kingdom helped to colonize certain countries as well. So since they put their hand in this, they will also reap what they have sown as well. You think Ghana is standing up for no reason? You think Zimbabwe is standing up for no reason? Do you think that South Africa is standing up for no reason? What do you think is happening? The planet is coming back under righteous rule. Period. Walaikum salam, brother from Africa. Walaikum salam. The United Nations is a joke. The United Nations is a joke. The culprit here, if everyone wants to know who is it that's really behind all this, the people who are truly behind all this, they are not white people. It's not white people. Listen to me carefully. Some of us who think we conscious, white people are not at the center of what is happening today. I'm letting you know this. This is what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, and it stands true. It is not white folks. They ain't got that much power. Listen to me carefully. The people who are behind this are the Zionist, Ashkenazi, Khazarian, so-called Jews. The 12 international banking families of Europe. Main reason as to why the Syria country, along with other Muslim countries, are being attacked is because they themselves are not subjugated under the Rothschild banking system. They do not have a Rothschild bank. They are not owned by the bankers. Every country that is listed on that Pentagon memo that was given to Wesley Clark, the 4-star U.S. Army general in 2007, where they said we need to take out 7 Muslim countries in 5 years. This was during the George Bush administration, not the Barack Obama administration, since everybody wants to blame the black man for it. These are these wicked so-called Jews, not all the Jews, these wicked so-called Khazarian Ashkenazi Zionist Jews. These are the ones that Jesus was talking about in the book of Revelations 2 and 9 and book of Revelations 3 and 9, where he referred to them as the synagogue of Satan. You need to know the truth. And of course, they're going to mess with my video feed. I know what they're doing. They always do it. This is what they always do. Peace from Jamaica. Peace to my family in Jamaica. Peace, peace. And by the way, in Jamaica, we in the Nation of Islam brought water filters to Jamaica, 2 major water filters to Jamaica that pumped out nearly 10,000 gallons of clean water a day in Jamaica. Since people want to talk about what is the Nation of Islam doing, what are you doing? Check yourself on your record of help. That's what you do. And no, they don't want an educated man speaking the truth. That's why I have to do it on live feeds, and then you grab it. You download it, you grab it, and then you learn, and then you continue to spread the knowledge to everyone else. This is what we do. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan taught us to be fearless leaders. We don't give a damn about dying. You have to learn the truth. You need to know. Without brothers and sisters who are brave enough to give you these facts, you wouldn't know, and then you would be blindsided by things that come. Just like the children in Syria right now were blindsided. They're at school. They're at school being bombed. They were at school praying. In the middle of prayer, they hear bombs, and their city is shaking. Children. America bombed children in Iraq. They bombed children in Afghanistan. Do you know? America approved 771 export licenses for Iraq and for a few other Muslim countries. Back in the early 90s, they approved E. coli. They approved anthrax. They approved different drugs and chemicals, and they gave it to Saddam Hussein. America approved these different things and gave them to Saddam Hussein and to Osama bin Laden. Osama bin Laden helped America to fight the Soviet Union to get the Soviet Union out of Afghanistan. Hillary Clinton admitted this. You need to understand that your country that you love so damn much is the most devilish on the planet. And I have to say it that way. I know I'm living here. I know I'm here. Yeah, I'm an original American. The 1828 Noah Webster's dictionary definition of an American. I'm not a European convert, nor am I the child of a European American. No, we are the original Americans. Bloodline long before the European ever touched his foot on this land, long before there was a man named Cristobal Colon, Christopher Columbus, and his son Diego. No. So I know I'm here. That's why I can speak this truth. America doesn't have the freedoms that they say it does have anymore. And it never had those freedoms for us. So either you stand up and speak the truth now, or you lie down and shut your mouth. But people whose lives are in jeopardy need to know the truth and the solutions. Get your damn passport. Get your passport. The only person to ever trump Hitler is Trump. Donald Trump is the first president to ever trump Hitler. Pun intended all the way. Understand this truth, man. Really understand this truth. So, I'm about to go in about 5 minutes, family. In about 5 minutes, I'm about to head out. You have mothers right now who are fighting to keep their children because their children are being forced to be vaccinated. Do not allow your child to be taken away from you in the doctor's office. Keep your child next to you. If you don't want them to be vaccinated, tell them. And when you are if you took your damn, if you receive the anesthesia, do not have your husband there. If you're not married, have somebody there with you. Do not let your child be taken out of your sight. Please don't. You need to understand what's happening. There's a mother who reached out to me yesterday from my brother's Spoken Reasons, where she told them she doesn't want her child vaccinated. So they took her child into another room. They take your child to another room. Now, mind you, we were taught this in the Nation of Islam years ago, that Yaqub, we were taught. Y'all think we just be talking, man. We're trying to give you the game. We are taught that Yaqub, a scientist, taught some of his followers. He had a nurse, a cremator, he had a pastor or a preacher. But he taught the nurse to prick the brain of the child if the child was a dark or black child, and if the child was a lighter child, to keep that child alive. But the dark child, they would prick the brain with a needle or feed the baby to a wild beast. Well, the pricking of the needle, that is not symbolic, that is literal. When the baby gets injected with a vaccine, that vaccine bypasses the digestive system. It goes right past the digestive system, and it goes straight through the brain, or what is known as the blood-brain barrier. So the needle is still pricking the brain. Do you understand? Everything we have been taught is 100% right and exact. That's the only reason why I speak the way I do, because I cannot sit here and pretend as though what I have witnessed is not the truth. You need to prepare, because you are not ready. I'm saying this as your brother. Most of you are not ready. And this damn government is not going to protect you. Having a whole lot of money ain't going to protect you. There are celebrities right now who are getting it. They're getting it. Who is it? Fat Joe, his son has autism. Tony Braxton, her son has autism. Tisha Campbell Martin, I know some of them personally. Their son have autism. Tons of people, they getting it. They're understanding it. Donald Trump, the only good thing I can say about him is he ordered a raid on the CDC because why? His son has autism. No one is above this. Passport, vaccine exemption forms, 300 gallons of water in your home, train in martial arts, get a compass, learn how to navigate, store up food in your home, dried food, beans, rice, all of these different things. All right? Please make sure, and yes, autism can be healed. Yes, it can be. It can be. I've witnessed it. It can be. So, family, truly appreciate you. I pray that some of these things were able to help you to bring the facts. And I'll just do a quick review because I'm about to hop on my flight. But a quick review is number one, the situation in Syria by Donald Trump. He issued a strike, which is supposed to be approved by Congress. It is supposed to be approved by Congress. The president cannot issue a strike on a country unless there is an imminent known threat, and then he can invoke what is known as executive powers. And then he can override Congress and go straight into a strike. But there has to be what is called reasonable suspicion or a justifiable reason. Oh my God, they're about to send a bomb over here. We must strike. Absolutely. But he just ordered a strike. Congress is going nuts right now. Like, who the freak what is wrong with this man? You got a devil running your country, player. And he's crazy. So he did that. Syria was planned to be taken out in 2007, 11 years ago. A Pentagon memo was given to a four-star U.S. Army general by the name of Wesley Clark, where they had 7 Muslim countries listed to be taken out. Syria was one of those. Libya, Somalia, Sudan, Iran, Iraq. Those were all listed. You can be a white man, a black man. You can be in politics. You don't have to be in politics. You cannot fail. You cannot argue with the facts. This has nothing to do with me being a Muslim. This has everything to do with me being a human being and a black man. For real, who's speaking the truth to you so that you can always understand. If you want to call yourself a true American would impeach this demon in the White House, but he's doing his job. So we follow Farrakhan because Farrakhan is our president. Just so you know. So Barack Obama was not the cause of what happened in Syria. That came under the Bush administration. Starbucks. Stop drinking there. I know it's going to be hard for some of you to come off of it. I know they genetically modify their beans at Starbucks. Please fact check me on that. Also dealing with Starbucks, as I said before, the CEOs make a little over $9,200 an hour. at Starbucks. Starbucks has a little over 23,000 locations with a little over 280,000 employees. Starbucks will not lose much. You might want to stop drinking with them. All right? Get your own coffee. You can order coffee from the Nation of Islam. We have Ethiopian coffee. Go to the Able Network. Google the Able Network. Nation of Islam, the Able Network. And you can order organic chicken, you can order fish, you can order broccoli, orange juice. You can order Ethiopian coffee. See, I'm giving you solutions, all right? It's not just, this is terrible. No, here's some solutions. Stop shopping with them. Shop with those people who are really caring about you. All right? So much love, family. This is your brother. I'm on a layover, but I'm about to